Talking loud in the nighttime air. Voices clash, waiting out of care. Opinions flare, left they matter so. But who's right, we'll never know. Microphones like weapons drawn. Swagger in the twilight dawn. Each word iron, each thought steel. To be heard is the final deal. Howling offense in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one sways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. Truths clash like broken dreams. Voice to voice, let it scream. What's real in this foggy light? Bow hard till the morning light. Feel the hunger of the crowd. Anxious to erupt so loud. Unity in discord side. Witness as their worlds collide. Howling up and in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one's ways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. Truths clash like broken dreams. Raise your voice, let it scream. What's real in this foggy light? Battle hard till the morning light. Feel the hunger of the crowd. Anxious to erupt so loud. Unity in discord's tide. Witness as their worlds collide. Howling up and in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one's ways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. We say. We say. We say. We say. We say.
You're welcome. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim and have a very special guest today. And hope that you are all having an amazing day. If you are new here, hi, hello, welcome. Don't forget to hit the little subscribe button down below. And thank you for clicking on the little button and sitting with us and listening to what's going on in the world today. Okay, people, relax. I know.
I'm back.
What's up? Welcome back, Tani. How's it
Yes.
going?
Hey, it's great. It's great to be me. Let's just say that it's great to be me.
That's fantastic. So what's been going on with you? What you up to? What you do?
I keep myself busy, work-wise. You keep that level, balance of work and play. So after some time, I've got myself a nice, comfortable, gratifying job that I'm doing, and it's helping me see the best side of myself. So
Wow.
yeah, it kind of has changed the way I look at things, changed the way I do things. So yeah, that's a big plus in my world, considering where I was coming from. Very negative atmosphere all the time. So it's good to be on the other side of things and helping people and enhancing people's lives. So it's a good plus for me. And then on the side, I got my podcast and I got 3D printing on the side. Speaking of 3D printing, I'm in the middle of 3D printing something right now.
Stop. Oh my God, that's so cool. I want a 3D printer so bad. You have
Cool.
no idea.
I've got
Actually,
2 of them.
hold on. Give me a second.
I've got 2 of them. Yes.
2?
Yeah. And
2?
my daughter's getting one too. So
Stop it.
yeah, she's getting a kid printer. So
Oh my God.
but yeah, in
I
the
have
midst of
one and
things,
you got almost 3.
I sold 2. Sold 2? Yeah, I sold 2 of them that I had when I first started. They weren't really working the best because again, technology does update and upgrade itself. So yeah, I have pretty good top of the line stuff right now, and I enjoy it. I made I guess it was a 2, what, a foot and a half size Goofy. So, yeah, and I gave
Goofy?
it to yeah, I gave it to my executive director. He's a urban Goofy. It should have been middle fingers, but I left it like this because I didn't know if somebody would be offended if I had them putting up middle fingers.
Well,
Disney
honey,
curious.
you're in the right place
I
because
know.
we don't get
That's fine
offended
for me.
here.
Exactly. So
Oh my
yeah.
God, dog just appeared.
Oh, juice.
So weird. Stop cleaning yourself. It's very awkward.
That
Don't look. Don't pay attention.
bonus material for you folks. See that?
It's a little X-rated.
Came for the podcast. Not the
Right.
show.
Speaking of 3D, so I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can see this. So I had
Ooh.
my supervisor's mom. She got a 3D printer, and she made this for me. And Tyler actually painted it. It looks freaking sick.
Very
Love it.
nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
I want a 3D printer so freaking bad. I really do. I think it'd be so sick.
It's definitely worth it for sure.
If you decide to, sorry about Respark in the background, if you are not new here, this is normal.
Yeah.
If you plan on selling another 3D printer before you do, let me know. Okay. Just let me know.
Will do. Will do.
All right. So, little self plug action. What's the name of your podcast?
Podcast is named Darkness with a Ginger Hue. Myself and my very good friend of I think 20 plus years now, Slang Hugh.
Wow.
He and I have been doing this podcast thing for a while. I think it was in 2017 that we started doing podcasting because we thought, why
shit.
not? And
So you started before COVID.
yeah,
We started during. Yeah,
we
you
did.
started.
We did.
before.
Yeah, we started before COVID, but again, it was technology back then wasn't the greatest. If you saw some of our clips, our show was called the Slang and Toke Show, and it was pretty messy. We tried to clean it up, but then life got busy. We took a pause, and everybody had to do their own thing, and then we got back into it again, and we've been loving it ever since. And we've evolved. We've evolved based on what you saw at the beginning, with our thumbnails, our topics, our software, our hardware, you name it. We've been kind of going up and up and up. So we're doing very well, and we enjoy it too. The biggest thing is that it's our therapy for anything going on in our lives, right? Just talk it out. So whether it's just me and him or a whole bunch of people, just like talking our feelings out. So yeah.
Love that. I absolutely love that. So which one's darkness and which one's ginger? I feel like I know the answer, however.
I mean, look at that picture back there. Look at that.
Looks like
Anyways, well, it was the original cast of characters were 3 African American men, African Canadian men, and 1 Italian ginger. So he was the one that stood out, and he said,
Slang is Italian too. I never would have guessed that at all.
So,
wow. Wow.
So that
very
was
cool.
that. We ran with it. So yeah, it's stuck ever since.
It. I like it. It's very clever. I definitely like it. Shoot, I was going to say something. I'm really sorry. I'm going to apologize in advance. My ADHD is not my friend, so I may lose my train of thought. However, so with your, hold on, where are we going here? Hold on. So we got some things to talk about. We got some things. I got a lot of things. Not gonna lie. I got stuff on Trump. I got stuff on Carney, and thanks to you, we now have stuff on the Canadian Police Department, which is so disappointing on so many levels.
Yeah.
For me anyway, I find it very disappointing. But before we get into all of that stuff, Leo, kick it.
How can we dance when our earth is turning?
They don't produce anything. They don't do anything.
How do we sleep when our beds are burning? How can we dance when our earth is turning?
Now, I'm sure y'all are used to me saying this because my husband's not here. He is on the road saving the world one truckload at a time, as he do. So he is not here today. But, okay, so I don't know if any of this stuff you have heard about. So when looking into some of the stuff that's going on in Canada and the United States today, so have you heard about the ceasefire with President Donald Trump and Iran? So
I
apparently
heard
he's
about it.
declaring it's over.
He keeps on saying that, but yes, I've heard multiple reports that he says, "Hey, you know what? We've got it. It's done. It's finished. We're not doing any more shooting." Yeah.
Frankly, I'm over it.
Yeah.
Yes. So
No more guns. None. We're done. Yeah. That's what he claims.
yeah. So apparently we're at that point again. So United States President Donald Trump officially announced that the Memorandum of Understanding, or known as the MOW or MOU, whatever, reached with Iran last month is completely over. I wish I could accent him. I really do. So the catalyst apparently was the breakdown was triggered after Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, attacked 3 commercial oil tankers transiting the vital Strait of Hormuz, whatever. The location Trump delivered the declaration on the final day of NATO summit in Ankara, Turkey. Sorry if I can't pronounce words. He expressed immense frustration that Iran would choose to attack ships on the global stage while he was meeting with world leaders. The escalating threats, Trump warned that if hostiles continue, things will get much worse. I wish I could do his voice. He threatened to enforce a total naval blockade targeting Iran's domestic power and water infrastructure, and even have United States troops take over Iran's oil-rich Karag Island. And, thank you. I don't know how to pronounce this stuff.
Okay.
Just pretend I do. So, okay. So apparently Trump's saying nay again. We'll see. We'll see how long this lasts, I guess.
I was gonna say, Uno reverse.
Yeah, right. Oh my
Get
God.
ready.
There we go. Love it. So apparently there were some fresh military strikes. The United States Central Command, CENTCOM, whatever, launched a second consecutive day of strikes against Iranian targets alongside the south coast to keep the critical Strait of Hormuz open, flowing attacks on oil tankers. The fresh military strikes, the region has erupted into heavy multi-day exchange of precision bombardments. The U.S. inbound waves, following the initial wave that hit over 80 targets, the United States Central Command launched an entirely new round of offense strikes today. The attacks focused heavily on Iran's southern coast, targeting air defense systems, coastal radar networks, and destroying more than 60 IRGC small boats to force the Strait of Hormuz back open. Iran's retaliation. Iran activated its air defense following explosions in key port cities like Bandar Abbas in response to United States assault Iran launched regulatory strikes against United States military installations in Bahrain and Kuwait. I'm horrible at pronouncing these things, triggering widespread aid raid sirens on both allied countries. So that's fun. The weird thing is, apparently, Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney publicly backed the United States strikes, calling them appropriate response to Iranian provocations. In the Ankara, oh my God, newly appointed Canada Prime Minister Carney presented a united front with Washington, which is actually surprising considering how much, the whole elbows up and being anti-Trump lately, except if it's in front of Trump's face, because in front of Trump's face, he's all buddy.
Smiling. Yeah, I noticed
right?
that.
Right. Super annoying. Endorsing the strikes, Carney publicly backed the United States military's action, defending the strikes as completely appropriate response to Iranian violation in the international commerce and freedom of navigation. Trump used the summit stage to heavily slam European allies for not doing enough to support the United States operations. Carney, however, met with Trump directly. Oh, here we go. He met with him directly. So this is where the butt kissing goes. Okay. And noted that Trump has won this argument. Regarding defense funding, Carney argued that Canada and the European partners are actively ramping up military budgets because they recognize the severity of the global security threats. So, what are your thoughts on this? I guess with the other than we'll see when the Uno reverse card kicks in, but like, what are your feelings on, I guess, the United States attacking and striking and stuff like that? Are you for it? Are you against it?
Here's the thing. The United States is always going to do what the United States want to do. Plain and simple.
Facts.
Whether you like them or you don't, they don't think they answer to anyone. And that goes for anything, whether it's the war on Iran, the World Cup, you name it, politics in terms of elections, like they just think they run shit and they don't answer to anybody. So this is not a surprise that this is happening. It's happened before and it's going to happen another either 6 months from now, 6 years from now. It's always them trying to be on top. And with the person they have in charge now, based on his status, his controversy, yeah, he wants to put his stamp on, yeah, I did this. Yeah, this is me. I'm the one making shit happen.
So just curious. So if you were kind of in his position, and like, to be fair, as much as everyone wants to shit on the United States, they kind of are like the bigger power out there. But if you were running the
Are
United
they though?
States,
Just because we don't know, you see? No, we don't know. It's funny because, and I've had this conversation. A lot of people think the West is the best. We don't know what the fuck's going on in the East because they don't freaking advertise what they're doing. There's shit that they have and that they're doing that we have no idea is going on.
I would agree.
Perfect example, TikTok. The way the West used TikTok is totally different from how the East.
Oh, 1,000%. In China, they actually show educational things that, educate the Chinese population. And in America, they laugh at it because it's just a bunch of dumb people doing dance moves and this and that. Like it is actually quite sad.
Now think about that. Now you have a source that is being used by both sides. One's educating people to make them smarter or useful in the society. The other one is dumbing down what is fun or great to do in public. Like the things that you see on TikTok on the West, again, it's just weird.
Oh, it is 100% full of people. Absolutely. And
people love it.
People are feeding into it. Yes.
I mean, there's some funny things that people do, but like some interactions are just really, really over the top. You have people just standing there recording a fight in the parking lot.
Makes me
and
very
that's supposed
angry.
to be entertainment. Meanwhile, you have another video on the other side of the world of kids, building a robot. I mean,
Right.
like, come on.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was called when TikTok was supposed to go away. They had like another Chinese version, Red something, I think.
They did have another one, yeah, they did. But
Yeah, that a bunch of Americans started like going on to Chinese people. Like, okay, here they come.
yep, yep.
So,
It's sad. It's sad. But again, we all think that what we see, and again, it goes right back to government on what is accessible, what is obtainable, and so forth, from right down to commercials, movies, music, everything goes through the government first. So if they don't like it, they'll ban you. If they
yeah,
like it, they'll throw it out there and make sure you hear it 24/7. Right? Same with
yeah.
movies. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't have any type of glorified hero movie coming out on July the 4th, because that's usually what they do, right? The Independence Days of the hero movies and whatnot. America, but
America, love it.
but there wasn't, and and I guess it's funny because when I look at the entertainment world, I notice that the East are catching up with a lot of what the West is doing. There's a lot of anime or martial arts or any type of those type of movies that are actually being played in theaters here now, or now they're putting them
Hmm.
in Netflix and whatnot. A lot of stuff now because they are more, I want to say I wouldn't say they're better, but they're more. They make sense. Like some of the movies and some of the shows that are out there right now, they don't make sense for they're for the West. But the East, they're putting on some wicked stories, great plots, and so forth. Animation. I mean, yes, it's in a different language, but I mean, they do have subtitles for a lot of these movies. So yeah, you can
Well,
definitely follow it.
subtitles and or dubbing. Like I
Exactly. Yes.
used to hate watching movies that have dubbing in it, but I gotta say, like some of the shows that they have out there right now, like a lot of the whether it's Korean or Chinese shows,
Yeah.
whatever,
Hmm.
I gotta say, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little hooked into them because they
Yeah.
do have good storylines. And even if either you have to read it or deal with subtitles, you don't even notice it after a
You
while.
don't. You don't
And it is
exactly.
it is sadly, it I would agree, it's refreshing because you're
Mhm.
dealing so much with so much of the edges that you see regularly on day-to-day television
Mhm.
that it gets boring. It really does. Like show me a zombie school. Like let's do this. Come
Exactly.
on,
Something different, right?
please.
Something different.
Yeah, I can't remember the one I recently got hooked into. There's been a lot of them, I'm not gonna lie,
There is a,
that
I mean,
I've
it's not just the aged ones. There's a lot of, there's Spanish ones now. There's a few African ones that are on there. Like they're actually being creative and they're kind of pushing the envelope for the West to make some decent movies. Because again, even their blockbusters are really just kind of bombing. I mean, I don't know if you watched or even heard about the bombing of the Supergirl movie. They're like,
kind of I've heard about a little bit about it. The because there was already one Supergirl movie,
oh,
I'm pretty
long
sure.
time ago,
Yeah,
long time ago.
and it was meh. Just like the frick, it wasn't Captain America, but it was the female version of Captain America, whatever it was. It kind of sucked. I don't know. Like, what is your thoughts on this? Is totally way off topic, but because you brought up Supergirl, what are your thoughts on how people are, I can't say redoing movies, but I guess so. Like they're deciding to redo movies with different things, whether it's with people of different ethnic backgrounds, whether it is a transitioning a male to a female, whether it's dwarfs now but not being dwarfs. Like, what is your whole thoughts on that whole thing of people like revamping the original movies that are out there right now?
Well, that shows a lack of creativity on people's parts. They don't know what to do,
Facts.
and they don't know what people like anymore. So they're going to go back in the bag and say, well, what happened back in the 80s? Oh, there's Superman. All right, let's do that. Boom.
Let's
And they'll
make it a
try to
girl,
make
make her
it,
gay.
and they'll say, let's put a little spin on it. Let's do something else. And I'm like, why? And then when you put it out there, like for instance, the He-Man movie is out.
I haven't seen a preview for it, but when I seen kind of just the He-Man thing, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little excited, and I'm
Oh,
really scared they messed
but
it
that's the
up.
thing. It only hits the nerve for the people who know about He-Man, and you grew up
Correct.
with He-Man, right? So
Mhm.
yeah, you get the nostalgia, you get the goosebumps. That's what I did when I first saw the trailer. I got goosebumps. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? And then I watched it. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me?
No, they messed up.
It's not even that they messed it up. It's just you grew up watching this show, and you're
Mhm.
expecting what you saw in this show. It's not the same. But again, because of the way we are now in the 2000s, it's not the 80s. So how you approach things, how you do things, it's going to be totally different.
Can we
And
go back?
I would love to go back. I would love to go back. I mean, I was doom scrolling and I was seeing things that, used to be very popular back in the day, or what was used on a regular basis back in the day, such as the home phone in terms of the rotary phone, right? Um,
My
you don't
kid
see those,
wants one.
but that's but you don't see those anymore, right? You've got what else there? Even payphones, hardly ever, nothing there, right?
I haven't seen a payphone, and I don't even know how long. Like it's been half a
No.
lifetime, I feel.
Right. And go back to different games, or different what you call it there, uh child toys like the Cabbage Patch Kids, or pickup sticks, a barrel of monkeys, a whole
I
bunch
got all
of
the good
different.
ones.
Yeah, and all these things back in the day that used to be cool, they're no longer cool. But they keep on changing things and making them. It's just frustrating to see where we're at right now. So going back to the whole movie industry, they have no inkling of what's going to sell, you know, and this is why they have Toy Story 5, because they knew Toy Story 1, 2, 3 has been great, right? But I mean, how many Toy Stories are you going to end up like? You going to go to Toy Story 27, and they're
Well,
all,
especially when you start taking out the original characters. Like you take Tim Allen out of it and stuff like that. Like, I'm sorry. Ever since Tim Allen was booted out of it, I don't care. I don't want to see it. Like I'm not interested.
and the thing is though, like, I hate to say it, the characters die, right? People, actors die. So now you have to try to fill this void or fill this voice with somebody that you're not used to hearing. It
Yeah.
throws off the whole one. I mean, but anyways, that's just
Well,
me.
no, 100%. Like Chris Evans, like I like Chris Evans. I think he's a great actor. I think he's a fantastic Captain America. But Woody, no thank you. Tim Allen. Sorry.
I mean, yeah. I mean, totally. So again, it's sad that yeah. We'll see. Again, we shall see what happens. Movies will always go back to what they know for it to work. I mean, how many times
So
have you
not
seen
working out.
the Ninja Turtles being remade, right? Batman has
Ugh.
been remade multiple times.
But see,
Um,
it was like Batman was almost made to constantly be remade. So they kind of made that work. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah, no, yeah,
every
I hear what you're
Batman
saying.
was always different. Val Kilmer, Tom Hanks, or whatever.
Yeah.
The what something I don't even remember his name. Um, Ben Affleck. Like
Hmm.
they
Hmm.
constantly always change, just kind of like Bond. So when you do that, when you start off doing that, it
Hmm.
works.
This is
But when
true.
you, yeah, when you have something that is always stuck and you've always had the same actor movie after movie after movie, all of a sudden be like, "Meh," and
Yeah.
we're going to switch it.
Yeah, yeah,
I got
and I,
issues,
I
man.
guess you're right. Yeah, in terms of the Batman, the fact that it was successful because the constant change is why people were kept on like, oh, who's going to be Batman now? What's going to be a story? And they didn't
Who's
really
gonna be the
go off of the
Joker?
story too much, right? Who's going to be the new Joker or who's going to be the big bad villain, right? So from the
Hmm.
Penguin to Two Face, you can definitely do anything and everything with that series for sure.
Yeah,
Is when you add other things to it to make it like, oh, okay, really, right?
right.
I mean, look at how bad Wonder Woman flopped,
So
and
sad.
yeah, and I was excited about that because the first one was great. The second one, no dice, and now they've kind of scrapped it, and I think they're going to start from scratch. Same with Aquaman. Aquaman's first one was great, and now they have the second one that came out. I'm like, there was drama, so no one really kind of put any effort into it. That was that.
Stupid
So
Amber Heard. I
exactly,
mean,
and then you have the Flash movie that was supposed to be great, and then you have his Mr. Miller there doing his thing. I'm like, you know what? Just stop. Just stop. Do something.
please,
Yeah,
right? Like,
or make him an animation. I wouldn't mind watching an animated because I watched the Transformers animated movie one. Transformers one, yes, watch that. That is a great freaking movie. It is
okay,
great, and it's all animated. And there, I think all of them are like B-rated actors and voice actors. No big popular people are in that movie. I do believe so. Um, I think people are putting too much spin on things to make it the next new shiny, you know, thing to watch. And I'm like, there's no point. Like I right now, I don't watch a lot of movies, a lot of TV these days, but I have been hooked on old TV shows. So I've been watching, I'm on season 5 now of uh Law and Order SVU.
nice. Yeah, that was a good
And
show.
I'm like, they're corny, but I'm like, these are relatable, you know,
Yes.
topics and shows. And I'm like, man, this is great TV. I watch all of them every day. I'll probably watch 5 or 6 of them before I go to bed. I'm like, man, this stuff is great. So now I know why that has been on for so long because it was a simple recipe of crime, catch the bad guy, or not catch the bad guy, and then continue to it
Hmm.
just worked. And again, same with Criminal Minds.
I
Criminal
was just
Minds
gonna
is the
mention
same.
that one.
Yeah, when that came back, I'm like, shoot, I need to catch up. So I went and watched everything, and I caught up. I'm like, this show is epic because it,
Right?
it makes freaking sense.
Oh my, well, not only that, like a lot of the stories that they have on there, not all of them, but a lot of the stories that they have on there are actually based off of real events, real things that have happened.
Hell
So
yeah.
like there's been times where I've been watching it and I'm like, I know this story. Hold on. Hold on.
Hmm.
I know this story.
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
and it's
Hmm.
just, to me, it's fascinating. CSI was fascinating because
Hmm.
CSI was very much, let's examine the crime scene and
Hmm.
being able to learn how people can see the tiniest little thing and how they catch the killer. The Criminal Minds was very much the psychology based, and
Yep.
I love that. And
Yeah.
the thing is, like, for me, like, I'm a huge true crime junkie, uh just like a lot of, I guess, women are, according to my husband. Speaking of,
Crime
ah,
junkies.
baby. Yeah, true crime junkies. um but it's for me, I like knowing the what could have led up to it. Do you know what I mean? Like when you hear in true crime, like they go back to their childhood and so had multiple concussions, or this is the way that they grew up. Like, I feel bad for the young version of them, not saying that the adult version of them, the crimes that they committed are okay and they're not excused. Absolutely not. But
Mhm.
you kind of start to understand the psychology and what, quote unquote, breaks the brain and makes them as messed up as they are. And as stop it.
I mean, he ain't lying though. He ain't
No,
lying. Think.
he's not lying, but that's not why I like it. But there are a lot of people out there that definitely, women, the ones that like write to the criminals and stuff like
Mhm.
that, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, I
Mhm.
love you, and marry the criminals in jail and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are
Oh yeah.
definitely those ones. But
Oh
to
yeah.
me, it's just, it's very much trying to understand. The brain is such a fragile thing. I went through something very recently that definitely I've always been fascinated with the brain and realized how fragile the brain can be. And when you kind of are put in a situation that you see how fragile your own brain is, it it is eye-opening. Like it really is. The brain is such a fragile thing.
Yep. And that's why people are scared of what kids are watching and
Ooh,
learning, because they're as fragile, if not more fragile than our adult, selves. So
yes.
you see, again, I'm my daughter, she would watch some of these YouTube skits, and I don't know why, and this still baffles me how you have cartoons or kind of claymation,
Yeah.
and they're cursing like crazy. I'm like, what the hell? You're a an adult, and you're providing videos for kids, and you're cursing like crazy. What are you doing? What are you
Is she
doing?
watching YouTube Kids or YouTube?
Even YouTube Kids, same thing. You have
I would
some,
agree with that.
yeah,
Yes.
same thing, because there's some weird stories that out there. So I was trying to maintain and control, and it's way too hard to control anything and everything, because even the shorts, she'll be going through shorts, and then it's Elmo cursing in a high pitched voice
Yeah.
to somebody. I'm like, what are you listening to? Nothing. I'm like, you gotta shut it off. So again,
Yeah. You think of a lot of those things even on Roblox and stuff like that
yeah,
that come
yeah,
up. Like there was Tyler and I were very, very strict when it came to social media. The kids aren't allowed to have any sort of social media whatsoever. And like our the one that's still living at home, he's 17 years old.
mhm,
And it we still nope, there's only certain social medias you're allowed. They've been banned off of a lot, and I've learned a lot. I've learned how to detective through social media. I've learned
mhm.
how to look into what it is that they're looking at. And the thing is, like, yeah, YouTube Kids, as you mentioned, it's the same thing. Like there was lots of stuff we used to allow them just YouTube Kids and not regular YouTube.
Mhm.
However, then all of a sudden the stuff I was finding on there, I'm like, are you kidding me right
Yep,
now?
yep.
Like, and I don't know if you're, I can't remember how old your daughter is, but
She's now 8, so yeah.
8.
Mhm.
Don't let her have Discord. Don't, just stay far
Oh, no,
away
no,
from there.
she's oh, she the only I have an old phone that I gave her to use, because I couldn't really access her use of the internet or whatnot from her mom's side. She had an Apple tablet or iPad or whatever, and I was like, you know what? I don't know what she's watching, because she would be coming home saying things and doing things. I'm like, what the hell? So I gave her an old phone to use, and they have the family restriction on it. So I know what apps
Good.
are going on, what access to what apps she has on there, and so forth. So there's nothing else that she can do other than YouTube, and there's a chat program that I use to talk to her when she's away, because she takes her with her. It's a little fold up Z flip phone, and she takes it with her, and I would message her there. But other than that, she has no access to anything else, and I'm fine with that. I know what's going in, I know what's coming out, so
Hmm.
I'm good. I'm good with that.
No, that's really good. I know that there was a time where our oldest kid, where I had talks with RCMP about stuff that was going on, and actually the ICE unit in Canada, which is not the ICE unit in the United States. In
Hmm.
Canada, it's considered the International Crime Exploitation Unit,
Yeah.
had to get involved. And the RCMP officer is like, whatever you're doing, however you figure out how to do this stuff, don't stop. There are too many parents who have no idea what's happening and what their kids are up to. Do not stop. Keep going. And there's an app. I was just quickly looking up because I couldn't remember the name of it. It's called Find My Kids.
Mm,
Fantastic app. You can literally click on it. You can hear what's going on around them. You can, even if they're at a they have stuff turned off, you can
mhm.
talk to them through it. You can track them. You can see what it is that they're doing online block off anything that you don't want them to see, it's fantastic. Like you can shut apps down right then and there. It's a fantastic.
It's not
app.
free though, is it?
It's free for part of it, but to be able to like shut apps and stuff down, you do have to pay. I think it was like $100 for the year, so it's actually not that bad.
Okay.
But
look into it for sure.
Definitely. Hi, Tyler. Welcome. You're
Hey,
muted.
hey guys, long time listener, first time caller. No, what's going on, Tindy? Thanks.
Hey, Tyler, how you
for
doing?
Stepping in.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Well, so you guys were talking. Okay, so about like the kid thing and like the YouTube kids. Remember there was that whole like Elsa Gate thing where kids were like they were. You know, you stick the kid in front of the iPad and
let him go.
Kid was and then all of a sudden there were like these weird things where like Elsa and Spider-Man were doing like weird creepy stuff.
That's what I say. That's exactly what happens. You were thinking, oh, here's a show that you'll like, and she will watch that, and then it will go into the next one, and the next one, and then for some reason the algorithm changes to something freaking weird, and I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? Why is Spider-Man cursing? And what is he doing to Elsa? And I'm like,
I forgot
what the heck?
About that.
It's so dumb. I get pissed off at it.
Disturbing.
I mean, and it gets to a point where when does the kids show turn into something weird? For instance, for the longest time, I don't know if you know about Ryan's World and how that guy went from just a little kid to a millionaire. And the fact that he was making so much money, they kept on pushing him to make videos and he's like 17, 18 years old now, and his voice is cracked and whatnot. And I'm like, yeah, you can't put this on YouTube Kids anymore. So what did they do now? They got the sisters involved and they started them in the world of YouTube. And I'm like, no, stop harassing these kids. Let them live. And we're done with it. The time has passed. Ryan's World, it was great. It was fun. Move on. But no, they're going to try to force feed that and find the next Ryan's World character and do whatever. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And it bothers me. But we can't stop. That's the thing.
And this will be the continuation. So like a lot of YouTube kids, like the way that I look at it. So, in Canada, we had to look at banning vaping because, flavored vaping, influences kids. So they're so influential on something that already first is illegal for people under 18. But they're so influential that we had to, ban it for everyone. Flavored, mind you, they didn't. But that was the narrative that was spun. Right. But so that was the narrative that was spun, that kids are so influential. Anything they see, they'll emulate and yada, yada. But yet, we can have where, a man has his literal fake tits in a box. And it's like, yeah, but that doesn't influence them. That type of like narrative shifting and formulation of like the whole YouTube kids things, like it's riddled with that stuff like that. Oh, is it Jeffrey Marsh? That freaking weirdo.
Oh,
it's like, I'm talking to the children.
Yes.
Don't even get me started with that.
Yeah. So, and this is all recommended on YouTube Kids. So, like, to think that this type of manipulation and narrative spinning isn't already taking place, like, I know I bring it up, like brought it up a few times, but like we ended up getting removed because like we are talking with regards to like the Overton window, the acceptable line of discourse was outside the bounds. So you get removed until after COVID-19 was all over. And then, oh yeah, okay, we can finally talk about that now and the potential issues. So it's like the whole media narrative, like YouTube is, I would say, is the most powerful entity, I think, in the world. It is more powerful than governments because it can not inadvertently, subtly influence people's minds and people's decisions just through what's allowed to be talked about.
Oh,
and so
100%.
if you think that that's like not happening on a grand scale, like I don't think people have been paying attention.
Yeah,
100%. It was like 4 years after. Sorry, it was like 4 years after we got banned, all of a sudden they're like, oopsie, we banned you wrong. Sorry, you got everything back. Or bad. Thanks.
It's stupid because again, you're right, Tyler, in terms of the power that YouTube has. I don't think people realize how powerful it is, and you have to combine it with Google. They're one and the same, so they're using YouTube as Google, and you can find almost anything because they almost allow anything on YouTube. How to do this, how to make that, how to get with this, how to get away with that, how to search this person, how to find that thing and so forth. There are so many things out there that YouTube is allowed on there. It's your own, uh, uh, I guess, living encyclopedia. And if you don't see it on there, someone's gonna definitely make that video and put it on there instantly.
Well,
And
isn't this like a messed up view? People look at their algorithm like, oh, I don't know what I did. Like I curated my algorithm as though they're like, it's. I almost feel like they're like they've created this avatar persona of themselves online. Like think of like, why are you sending me this? Look, you sent me this thing and it screwed up my algorithm.
Yeah.
It's like they covet this thing. Like I've only want my view, my echo chamber, my thing affirmed, and you sent me some stupid thing, so now my algorithm's all screwed up. Like I think most people are just brain dead, unthinking, like cogs in a machine that don't want to think, and just want they just want to be controlled. I think that's the summation of human mentalities. There's the people that are going to do the thing, and like 90% of everyone else just like follows along, and they think they have control and power in my algorithm when it's like it's such a weird thing to like see society from like that perspective. Like the things they think they have control of when they're actually not in control at all, but the illusion of control.
Yep. I mean, I don't think a lot of people realize or understand that we're always being listened to and watched. I mean, I got a phone that's right beside me, and we're talking about all this right now. I kid you not. I can open up freaking YouTube, Google, whatever, and there's going to be ads for things we've talked about in the last probably 20 minutes.
I made a phone call to hold on. We got junk. There was another one that was like I don't know, junk removers. I don't even remember. One of the two. I think, and because of course we were one of the unfortunate ones who had our basement flooded and a lot of stuff got ruined due to the storms and stuff. So we rented a big dumpster, but I made a phone call to, I think, Got Junk or whatever it is, the people that come to your place and they unload the stuff and they take it away. That's all I see now is ads on YouTube for that.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep. I did that too. I had a bit of a situation in terms of just me being lazy, and I called for a cleaning service, and they came in and they cleaned, and then for the next month I got ads of cleaners and their new prices, and then all of a sudden I said, you know what, I'm going to probably detail my car, and every single thing that I'm watching now is about detailing my car, to the point where Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram are showing me ads about detailing my car. I'm like, what the hell?
God.
It's just weird. So
it's crazy.
So again, even with that, on a kid side, my daughter loves animals, and I told her, I'm not really going to have animals in the house as of yet because again, you're not old enough to kind of take care of her. But sure enough, every single ad or whatnot, it's all about pets, all about this, all about that. I'm like, and to the point where I had to calm her down and just take her to a pet store, just take that anxiety and all that excitement out of her. He's like, yeah, here it is. This is the pet store. Great. Okay. And that's it. It brought her down. So like, okay, there you go. But again, 10 minutes later, or even an hour, or even a day later, you'll hear something on her phone or on her TV talking about pets again, because that's what she loves to watch. So yeah. And you're right in terms of Tyler about us being social media zombies. The world is so used to that, and they're not used to the people who are creative, people like ourselves who are actually creating content and pushing the envelope and changing the norm. They blacklist you, or they try to limit the reach you have because you might have something you really could get, out there, in terms of your point, in terms of your views, and they're scared of that. So they just bring you back down to zombie mode and say, no, no, let's put them behind all these walls and algorithms and so forth, so no one can see them. The minute, again, I've said this for many, many, many years. I said, if the right person in any type of entertainment business hears me and voice wise, or even sees me and see how I can be big on a podcast or any type of show, because I believe I have the skills to do so. But the powers of be will put you at the bottom of the list behind other people who are not as good, and you're just another guy or another woman doing a podcast just for yourself.
Yeah,
well, you're good.
Go ahead.
Your guys' focus on podcasts, that's more kind of like the from what I've seen, it's like kind of that like dynamic that men and women kind of play in society, if I'm correct, right?
Most of the
So
time, yeah.
so I guess kind of what in your guys' discussions, because you have like women that come on like similar, like in similar vein of like fresh and fit and stuff like that, right? So
Well, not to that point, but yeah, I hear you. We do have a woman's point of view for sure to kind of help us with things. Yes.
so I guess with that, what kind of things are you guys seeing with like the dichotomy or the duality of like the men's worldview compared to women, especially in like today's society? Like, are you seeing the
I'll
similar
tell you.
narratives of like
I'll tell you
women
right
are?
now, men are stupid on almost every platform. Again, it took me a while to understand it because I was a dumb guy too. But I'm telling you, we had a guest that I've known for over 40 plus years, and he was talking about how his wife left him and was cheating for on him for 5 years. And I'm like,
Rude.
at the time, I'm like, oh, that's crazy. On Instagram, that is our most viral clip. It has 82,000 views on it. But here's the thing, though. It's just all about men, the comments and whatnot. It's all about men bashing women. And I'm like, so you know what I did? I went and spoke to his ex-wife. They've been divorced for a while. I know her. And I'm like, you know what? Would you like to come on the show and talk about this? He says, no, I'm already over it. Like, I don't know why he's even talking about it. I said, you know what? You're right. He's childish. Why is he talking about you when he's in another relationship with somebody else? It doesn't make any sense. And sure enough, I realized he was really just doing for clown. He wanted to play the victim. The woe was me. Look what she did. But I found out he's not as innocent as you think. All right. So when you dig deep and you find out
You're better.
that these people who are claiming woe is me aren't really woe is me, I just leave it alone. Because I mean, what I found out didn't shock me, but shocked me because he was a friend of mine. I mean, he's still a friend of mine, but that aspect kind of threw me off. So the fact that he paints this picture and then all these men, again, men, oh, you should never, marry again. Marriage is horrible. You should kick that woman to the curb. You shouldn't be cleaning this. You shouldn't be. I'm like, shut up, guys. You're making it worse. You're making it worse. And then on the flip side, you have the very, very independent women on there that are preaching this and that and blah, blah. And then I sit there, I'm like, you know what? You're bullshit too.
Okay, thank you.
Because in the end, you want to be independent, but you need a man.
Mm-hmm.
People say, "Oh, I'm single by choice." Like bullshit.
You're gonna pretend it's by choice, but I'm glad you mentioned women are bullshit too, because that's where I was going.
Well, and we can looking statistically, like women initiate, what is it, like 63% of divorces?
Yes.
The majority,
and like the overwhelming reason as to why is like irreconcilable differences. He doesn't make me feel the way that he used to. And like obviously there's there's that type of like you know statistical truth. Like it's just empirical. It's either true or it's not true. Numbers don't lie. And I think with those types of things, so there, you know, obviously there's the guy that's like, no, I was actually like a playboy the whole time. I was fucking her, you know, fucking around behind her back or screwing around her back. Sorry, I swore. Bad me. You know, doing that type of stuff. And then, you know, you see the woman kind of like, well, the patriarchy is bad and I'm being held down by men, but also I'm a badass babe who don't need no men. And I've the term that I've heard for it, and it makes total sense, is like Schrodinger's feminism. It's like whichever side you need to be on to be the victim in an argument, like you got it.
Yep.
So
everyone wants to be special. Everyone wants to be a victim, and it's nobody can take accountability anymore. And that's literally what society has done to people, because it's so good at blaming this person, blaming that person. The truckers go to Ottawa to try and talk with the prime minister and have a conversation with him, and Nazis, terrorists, this, that. Like there's zero accountability, and all of a sudden, oh, I got COVID and I'm gonna run away. Right. Come on. Like there's zero accountability anymore.
No one wants to take ownership of what's going on in the world, and they put it on the next person. No. It's because of men that I don't like men. Really? Why? And then you hear the story like, well, it takes two to tango, folks.
Thank you. Yes.
Where's the part about you that you didn't do? Because again, you got into a relationship. That means you are on the same level with this person, but all of a sudden, this person does this, right? And now this person's evil. Why? What all of a sudden? I mean, yes, there are some psychopaths and there are some sociopaths out there, but again, this percentages is kind of small compared to the everyday relationship. But no one wants to say, you know what, I did this or I did that. And they'll play that victim until somebody hears them, and then when somebody hears them, you get now two people, and then that two people turns into four people, and 4 to 6, and you have this whole army that we hate men, we hate relationships, we don't want them, we don't need them, and yada yada yada, right? And then you end up, you know, you're 60 plus years old, like Vivica A. Fox, and she's saying, "I'm ready for a man now." You're 62 plus years old. Yeah, well, you don't look the same anymore, girl. Sorry, you're done and dusted.
Maybe look for a grandpa, but it ain't going to be anyone younger unless they just want your money, honey.
And then they're going to say, oh, he's just going to want, exactly. Then they're going to switch it up. Well, he just wants me for my money now. I'm like, really? Where were you when you had no money? You had no one. But again, I digress.
Well, and I think like shows like the Whatever podcast has been, you know, kind of illuminating in seeing, you know, how today's kind of dating world, like you're seeing with the advent of the internet and the, you know, like before it used to be, you know, you were kind of limited to your locale. So you know, you more or less, what's it called, Dundee? No, not heuristics. It's like the graph that shows, say, like, men will date, like, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, like it's like standard deviation is like 1 point above or below.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, like a 1 will date like a 1 or 2 woman. A 2 will date a 3, 2, 1.
A 6 will date a. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Definitely understand.
Yeah.
That. Go on. Yeah.
Yeah. So but now, like you seen, like with women, and then like this has been shown on, I think the study was done on like Tinder or something like that. Like chicks have, like, overwhelmingly they go for like the 7, 8, 9, 10 or 8, 9, 10 guy. So like even one's like the most fugly fucking monster you'll ever come across. Lunch lady Doris looking people are like, I demand like a Jason Momoa or, you know, Brad Pitt in his prime. Like, I'm entitled to that.
Yeah, I deserve
and so like
that.
it's complete. Yeah, and so like it's completely warped their perspective. And I think because there are like the beta cuck men where you see a chick that's like, you aren't attractive in any way, but because guys think with their dick, it's like, well, as long as I'll tell her she's pretty so that I can go stick it in, like just find a wet spot, fuck, I'm good to go. So like, are you noticing those similar kind of trends, like with what you guys kind of focus on?
100%. I mean, you can't. The sad thing is that you can't be honest anymore. You can't be honest because you're gonna short yourself from what you really want. Most guys, again, they think with their dick, so they're gonna, if they be honest to the person that they're talking to, they ain't going anywhere with it. So they're gonna sugarcoat it and make it sound nice so they can get what they want. Again, a lot of the guys out there are in for the hunt and the hunt only. That's it. At the same time, the women are there wanting to be hunted. So they're going to be saying things and doing things to make sure guys are interested. So again, it's the worst of both worlds. So when you have, again, going by that scale, you have a 1 or 2 that is thinking that they deserve a 9 or 8. And then an actual honest person says, no, you don't deserve a 9 or 8. You're lucky to even get a 6. They get offended. And they said, well, you're just blah, blah, blah. You're an asshole because of blah, blah. I'm like, how am I an asshole?
Oh, you'll be a something phobe. You'll be a something phobe.
Yeah. How am I an ass if I'm just telling you the truth? I'm being real. And then you ask them, who's the last guy you dated? Show me a picture. And then you see this god-awful Gollum looking guy.
Older.
And you're saying you want a Jason Momoa? And you have Gollum that you had in the... Come on now. Let's be real. Let's be real. And that's the thing. People don't want to accept reality. They live in this narrative. They live in this fantasy world because of all the filters, all the makeup, all the clothes. All that bullshit is making them feel like they are something and they're not. That's why I hate filters. I've always hated filters. I even to the point of makeup. If you need that much makeup to change who you look, you need to step away.
I need just a little bit not to scare the children, but I don't do the cover up. I don't do that anything else.
That's the thing. There's a lot of people. There was a clip on Instagram that I was watching, and a guy was on there saying, you know what? For you as a woman to go out with makeup, and on top of that, you're going to put a filter. You must be damn shit ugly. You don't love yourself. You don't love yourself. It don't make no sense.
Do you ever see any of those like makeup things where it's like somebody who literally teeth, they just look god awful. Then all of a sudden, boom, Rihanna, and you're like, what?
And I'm like, women are the greatest liars. They're the greatest liars.
100%. I don't know how they do it, and I don't really care to know because I'm not about that. But it blows my mind how much you can change somebody with makeup.
Is that fair though? Is that fair? You watch or you look
no, it's not fair.
Way, and all of a sudden you look like like $1 million, but you wash all that away and you take out the teeth and you want to be with this person in your home and like where'd Jennifer go?
Where's Rihanna? I want Rihanna back.
Like really? Stop lying to yourself. Again, I get it. But who are you competing with? Who are you really competing with?
I don't know. It's funny. Do you ever watch or have you ever watched Steven Crowder?
Maybe.
Okay. So they've talked a few times about how they've shown the graphs and scales and stuff like that about how women who are a 1 or 2 will think of themselves as a 10.
I have watched Steven Crowder on TikTok. Yes.
Okay. So they'll think of themselves as higher than they really are. When they survey men are actually quite
nice.
Not nice, but more close to what the actual rating would be. A man would rate himself a 4 if he really is like a 4, or like he'll rate himself a 5 or a 6 if he's a 4. Like it's not much off, you know what I mean? Or they'll downrate themselves, where women uprate themselves. So it's just kind of funny how you'll have women like I don't in no way, shape, or form think I'm a freaking 10. And nor do I think a 10 would look at me and be like, damn, However, like it's just it is that unreal expectation. It's that fantasy world that people are living in. Absolutely. I'm married and don't wear any makeup, and he still loves me. Aw. How long
All
have
that
you been married
matters.
for, Kimberly? How long have
All
you
that
been married for?
matters.
Yeah, love it.
That is all that matters. And again, I don't know what the competition is about.
It's a
Like
great name, by the way.
it's, I don't get why people are always competing. That's the problem. You're competing for what? What are you trying to prove with the competition? Because again, you're fooling yourself. You're lying to yourself. Most of the time, your people are lying to themselves, and you
Yeah.
wonder why you're not getting looked at. And I hate to say it, a lot of people don't want other people to be happy, so they sabotage people's relationships and people's lives. And I've felt it myself. So again, why? Why? Because you're single and miserable, you don't have to make me single and miserable because you're not happy. You do
It's not
you.
it's not even just that. Like, I know when I was single, I had friends, and even not even necessarily single. I was in a very toxic relationship. So I was not happy. I was in a toxic relationship, and I had girlfriends, and we would get together and we'd complain about our own other halves and stuff like that, and the horribleness we're living through. And things were fantastic. And then as soon as I met my now husband and got happy and got a family, all of a sudden those people disappeared. They're completely gone out of my life. And I'm like, are you being serious right now? But it's the whole quote unquote misery loves company, right?
Yep,
So if I'm not
exactly.
miserable anymore, I ain't worth it.
Birds of
Oh,
a feather, right?
bro,
Birds of a
you're
feather.
happy? I don't like it.
Exactly. 1,000%. 1,000%.
Kimberly, you got it. Just walk away. They don't deserve you. I love it. And she did say 43 years is how long she's been married.
43 years.
know, right?
Good for you.
Congratulations.
Good for you.
Amazing.
That is an amazing accomplishment.
Oh, 100%. In this day and age,
And
absolutely.
if you're still happy and healthy, again, more power to you. Because some people in marriages that are not happy and they're there for circumstance. But again, if you're happy and you're healthy, by all means, more power to you. Love it. I love hearing that. I love
Me
hearing
too.
that.
Me too.
That is a
I
bonus.
think, yeah, absolutely. So I think with that, we are going to switch topics to the topic I had talked about earlier, which is the whole Canadian police thing, which is highly disturbing. But before we do, to anybody who is watching, if you haven't already, which I don't know why you haven't, feed the plant. She's hungry.
Feed me Seymour. Feed me all night long.
Okay, so Tyler, have you heard anything about this? The whole stuff going on with Canadian cops right now?
That's a pretty broad question.
If you're not,
police do thing.
I feel like if you didn't answer that, like, oh my God, yes, then I feel like you might not have. So thanks to our special guest Tunde here, aka the Beast. He pointed me in this direction. So Canadian police forces are currently facing severe public scrutiny due to major concurrent scandals involving deep-rooted corruption, shocking racial misconduct, and widespread workplace sexual harassment. These issues have collectively served or severely damaged public trust and prompted internal investigations and fast-track criminal trials across multiple provinces. So there's been a massive anti-corruption probe, which is also which they called the Project South. Ontario is currently dealing with one of the largest police corruption busts in Canadian history, known as I said, Project South. The court charges multiple Toronto Police Service officers face severe criminal charges. That genesis of the case, Constable Timothy Barnhart is accused of trafficking police uniforms, accepting bribes to protect illegal cannabis dispensaries, and leaking confidential database information to organized crime members. That's neat. Violent Connections leaked database information allegedly facilitated targeted gang shootings, including a thwarted plot to assassinate a senior corrections officer. The Crown.
So, okay.
Oh,
Nope.
I'm not. Oh,
Continue,
I'm
continue.
not done. There's so much more. The Crown bypassed preliminary hearings via direct indictments, sending the accused officer straight to trial in Superior Court. There is also, so this is just some. There's also coordinated. Oh my God, words are English is my friend. People, coordinated racism and misconduct in Montreal. The Service de Police de la Ville de Montréal, I don't know, I don't speak French, is reeling from a disturbing international racism scandal and multicultural Montreal Nord District. The allegations, 16 officers from Station 39 are suspended for reassigning following reports of coordinated racial behavior targeting Black and Arab citizens. The officers allegedly used tickets based strictly on ethnicity and physical cut, or ripped out the dreadlocks of Black citizens to keep as trophies. 2 of these officers face imminent criminal charges. So they would either cut them off or rip them out. Disgusting on both parts, but the ripping out makes me want to throw up a little bit in my mouth. Then you have misconduct and database abuse in Ottawa. The Ottawa Police Service is facing immense pressure from its oversight board and local support groups regarding persistent internal cultural issues. Multiple reporting waves have highlighted unchecked incidents of workplace sexual harassment and sexual violence, and immediate or intimate, oh my God, I can't read, partner violence among personnel. Active investigations are underway regarding officer abuse. Secure police database to look up personal information on women they find attractive. The Oversight Board has mandated stricter auditing and quarterly tracking to combat the problem. Off-duty assaults. Individual officers in other regions have faced recent arrests, notably Gatineau police officer Stefani, whatever, was piece of shit, was criminally charged for off-duty armed assault while already suspended on a separate threat charge. Concurrently, the RCMP has been forced to crack down heavily on cross-border organization, crime syndicates, and international assassinations, highlighting the immense pressure on national public safety infrastructure. What the hell, Canada? Seriously.
Okay, so I'll let Tundi give his opinion. I have mine, which might be a little contrary. So,
contrary or controversial?
Maybe both. Yeah, I brought this to you because I'm like, me being a Black man, the first one that kind of stood out is the whole trophy situation.
Right.
Whether they were in the right or the wrong. Again, we were talking about shows and so forth. That's kind of sick for you to go home and I don't know, say for instance, hey, I busted a guy who had 3 grams of whatever on him. This is what I got for him. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the trophy case. I'm like, but this is their hair, right? Their hair,
right?
Like, that's sick. What are you doing? Who are you gonna show that to? That means
That's
you're
serial
the sicko.
killerness.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
That is criminal minds shite right there.
exactly.
Literally.
So I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing, right? And then even to go further, how some of these guys who are doing traffic stops of women just to get their numbers.
Well, yeah, and if they find them attractive, yeah, they're using their database to find personal information. There was one I remember hearing on there's actually a story I remember hearing on Reddit not that long ago. After I read this, it reminded me of it. Mm-hmm. And the girl was literally saying that she was pulled over by a cop, and then she got a text message from said cop saying like, "Hey,
yeah,
what you feeling? I
might have pulled you over, but you fine as hell. You want to go give them a drink?"
And like asking her out, and she was like, "Should I go out with this guy?" Like,
and that's the problem, though. See, that's the problem because of the fear of what this person could do, because of the uniform they have. Mm-hmm. They're like, "Oh, what if I say yes? Maybe I'll get a little leeway. But if I say no, he's going to be on my ass all the time. Anybody who's associated with me might get freaking shit on." So again, it's a catch-22 sometimes.
Yeah. 100%.
Abuse of power. But again, not all are like that. There's a select few that are horrible people. There are a select few. But in this case, people are getting caught and called out on that shit. So,
well, and the racial stuff, that Station 39, did they say, well, 2 officers face imminent criminal charges. But I feel like I know that there was more people that were involved in it, just that definitely these 2. But like, I can't even, they were making up reasons to pull these people over just based on their ethnicity. That's it. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, hey.
Ethnicity. Ethnicity, not authenticity, or whatever the fuck you're trying to say. Oh my God.
English is not my friend, okay? God.
Shit, English is my second language. I could have said that word. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, that's
Go
right.
ahead, Tyler. Yeah, tell me what you got to say.
Well, okay. So the way I see this, so obviously the racial profiling and everything that's going on with that. What are these police forces been largely made up of? Are they of ethnic Canadians? Is it, the recent deluge of people who maybe don't share Canadian values? I don't know. I'm genuinely asking. Or is it just a bunch of white guys like, oh, gotta go find a blackie to go take care of business, with that type of stuff going on? Like, I think so I didn't know this, but Tunde's black. So thank you for
what
clarifying.
Surprise.
Yeah, I know. I saw the black and white TV, so I don't see in color.
I've been exposed.
That face though.
But
that movie with Steve Martin, who grew up in a black family and had no idea he was white.
What? But this is actually one thing that I've noticed. So especially with like black cops, they go harder on black perpetrators, because it's like in my understanding, it's like, hey, we already got a real bad image, and now you're only making that image worse. Right?
I totally agree. I mean, I've seen it. I've been a part of it. So yeah, definitely. Only because, again, the stigma of like, you know what, we're really not accepted here. So, we're going to do that much more to make sure that they know we belong here, right? We're going to put it on them harder because we need to make a name for ourselves that we belong here. It's just really weird.
I don't understand personally. I know, okay, this might sound super ignorant, and I'd say sorry if this gets offensive, but this is we're all about offending. But I don't understand, other than stuff that had happened in the past, in recent years, what makes people think that they don't belong here in certain, I'm not even going to try and say the word again, in certain groups.
Ethnicities?
There you go. In certain groups of people, why they would think that they don't belong. Whether they're Canadian born, whether they're first generation, second generation, whatever it may be, why would people think that they don't belong?
Upbringing.
Yep. The culture that they come from, like it's
Yeah.
been very, very noticed issue, especially as of late. Like, I don't say this as something I enjoy, but it's more of a cautionary tale. Why do we see, these white nationalist group or Christian nationalist group rearing their heads? They're a symptom of the problem that people have allowed to happen. So you're seeing these groups, these organizations coming along and saying, hey, society says you're evil and bad. Well, you know what? You're okay here. That kind of the love bomb and that type of stuff. But with regards to like the policing, I'd be curious to know, and it is strictly just from what we've seen with recent trends, like the Toronto police, not one white guy, or not one traditional Canadian. I guess I'll use that kind of word. Like, you're noticing that it's expressly foreign-born people of recent history that have said, I'm not Canadian, I don't want to assimilate, or promises of permanent residency. Like, that ends up building a level of resentment. Like, can we agree multiculturalism has failed, and failed spectacularly?
Where though? Like, where did it fail?
I would say when we started creating enclaves, allowing enclaves, and not allowing people to assimilate into Canadian culture.
And that's more of a recent thing, I feel. Like, that's what doesn't make sense. Growing up, who was my favorite TV show? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You had the Cosby Show, you have Family Matters, stuff like that. Like, none of this, to me, and I can be completely ignorant or just lucky in where it was that I grew up, but none of this stuff really existed. It seems like there's so much more of a division now than there ever was growing up. And maybe it's because I was younger and I was blind, but I personally feel like things have just gotten worse.
I would have to agree. And the reason why it's making it worse is because shows, movies, and social media are making those divides even worse. I mean, again, as much as racism was a huge thing back in the day, when I was young, growing up in Toronto, being probably one of probably 4 black people in a school, shoot, I didn't see anything. I didn't care for anything. I didn't think of anything, nothing racist or anything. I mean, most of my friends were white, and the people that were white accepted me as their brother, right? But now all of a sudden, you go up to high school, and you're seeing the divide. I'm like, why?
Right.
And you get into college, and like now there's more of a divide where you have the black kids are sitting at this table, and they're the cool kids, and the white kids over there, or the Asian kids over there, and I'm like, why? If I could find a picture of my elementary school, you'll see everybody was mixed in there, and we talked. Everybody talked to each other. Maybe the girls talked more with the girls and the guys with the guys, but that was it. Everybody, no race was an issue at the time. Again, maybe because we were naive or really didn't care. I don't know. It might have been there, yeah, but we didn't care. And then it went on to middle school. Middle school, same thing. Everything is cool, but then you saw things stand out, such as some of the more athletic people were black in terms of basketball, track, and so forth. So then you feel most of the white folks felt a bit smaller and whatnot. But again, they had other things, like the hockey, like the baseball, like the other things. I'm like, yeah, you still had your stuff. We're not, pushing on that. But then when you get to high school, and these folks who were athletes in track, soccer, and whatnot end up going into a field like baseball, because I was one of 3 black men to make the baseball team in my senior year of high school that won a championship. And we
Nice.
weren't the greatest, but the coach knew that he needed to go there to win a championship. So he broke the mold, right? He says, you know what? We need some people to help us. And he said, yeah, you guys are on the track team. We need you to help us out. And we did. And we won the championship. So
he just like went with the stereotype. It's like, hey, you're black. Obviously, you're good at sports. Get over here.
pretty much. Pretty much. He says, hey, you, Tunde, Jonathan, Paul, you want to play ball? No. Don't worry. Just come. You guys are great athletes. Come on. I'm like, I go to my soccer coach as a coach. Yeah, go ahead. I'm like, okay. And sure enough, I get there. I'm an athlete, so I know how to play the game.
Listen to this humble brag. Like, oh, I was in track and field. I was fucking amazing at that. So I went to soccer. I was fucking amazing at that. So I was like, baseball. I've never played it, but sure, why not? Oh, it turns out I was amazing at that.
I mean, I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to take it all, but I was on the volleyball team too. I was amazing at that. I want to.
Oh shit!
But again, I'm just saying, they had to go into the pool of the blacks.
Well, which, to be fair, if you want to win, go to the athletes.
Again, to us, it was nothing. We just wanted to play sports. We just want to get out of class. That's what we were thinking. Right? We didn't think anything about that. Oh, you mean that's another freaking last period class I can get out of because I can go to freaking another school? Sign me up. We're out. And again, we were taking the bus to freaking all these places and so forth. And we didn't care about the race. We were just having fun. But then you get to that divide, that next level, middle school and high school, and the divide happens. All the guys on the basketball team are brothers. I'm like, well, okay. And if you're not at that level of the brothers, I'm like, well, you just sit there and watch, right? It's just weird. Racism confuses me sometimes because I'm like, well, I grew up in it, but I didn't see it. Like, I'm not saying I didn't see it, but I'm like, I didn't experience it.
Yeah.
And it's weird to me. People say, "What? What do you mean?" Yeah, man. I didn't have anybody do anything or comment about me in any way. I was the people's champ. I was the guy who was making everybody laugh. All the ladies loved me. All the teachers loved me. I mean, I was just that guy.
I think the thing is that there's not enough people like you who just see the good in things. That there's too many people who want to play victim, and right away, if roles were reversed and the situation was exactly the same, they'd be like, oh, racism. That's why I was picked to do this, because of the color of my skin, or instead of, okay, well, yeah, it might be the color of my skin, but there was 10 other black people on this team, but I just happened to excel in this. So they were like, hey, come here, come be with us, because you the bomb, you the beast,
Well, but this is a bit of narrative, and like the left has been very effective in, keeping the racist, the racism. I've said racism, should have died the death it deserved decades ago, but for whatever reason, a political wedge issue is to use race as a mechanism to keep people divided. So instead of actually like, hey, we're a lot more similar, it's, no, you need to think of race in every single interaction. And kind of like to tie it back with regards to the police and everything, like, do you think maybe these guys are kind of like asked an impossible kind of standard, like enforce the law, but also like you're seeing a trend. We're seeing, there was just a story that came out of Toronto that like 25 new Canadians that were scamming federal government out of like hundreds of millions of dollars for setting up like tow scamming accidents, like all these accident things going on. And that's why I think that like it's unfortunately having to rear its head, because before we didn't look in terms of race, but now because of, well, Mark Carney famously saying that like Muslim values are Canadian values, and all these the rhetoric that comes from the left of like, no, you strictly have to look at everything through the lens of race, every single interaction, that it's actually done more to radicalize and make people act in those types of frameworks. Like they're consciously thinking like, how does me interacting with a black man, how do I understand the implicit power that I have because of historical blah, blah, blah? Like, it's forced it into the cultural consciousness. And I don't think they want, when you tell a bunch of like, you know, Canada is still predominantly white, but yet you want those same people to be the absolute disenfranchised, to become like the racists of yesteryear, where they were lynching people. Like, is that the revolution, or do you think that's the illumination that on the other side of the fire utopia awaits? That's a freaking hellscape you're asking for. And I don't know if it's just another, you know, another domino or another brick in the proverbial wall of toppling the experiment that is Canada Confederation.
Here's some ugly truth. It was it comes to mind that, again, I was talking about myself. As much as I don't see the divide, I'm because of that, I'm more so on the divide. I'm looked at as an outcast on both sides because I accept everything and everyone. On the black side, I said, "Well, what are you doing? What is going on? Why are you doing that? Why are you with them? Blah, blah, blah." On the white side, it's like, "Ooh, what? Why are you trying to be with us?" And I'm like, "Fuck, what do you mean? Like, I'm accepting you as you, nothing else. Don't force that bullshit to me." Yeah. I tell people, and I kid you not, I have never been pulled over by the police because I am black. Never. Now, I've been pulled over, but there was a reason for me being pulled over. And I've accepted the fact, right? I've accepted the fact. So when I tell this story to some of my black people, they're like, "Really? Really? You're lying." No, nothing. Why? Why would you think this? Why would you think that that's an issue? Why do you think that every black man is going to have that issue? Not every black man has that issue. On the flip side, though, when I went to try to go for the police, and this is why I kind of hated being in a uniform, because I don't like I gave up, because I was in the process of going to police. I was sped through the whole process. I was at the top class, top athlete, top marks in the exams, and I go to the interview, and it's a panel interview, and the interviewer, a woman, asks me 13 different times if I've ever smoked, drank, or did drugs. It's like she accepts, she knew that I did, and I never have, and she could not accept that. And I'm like, why do you think this? Why do you want? So now, if I said yes, that's right away I'm on the other side. Well, I knew it. There you go. Well, that's why. Nah, man. Stop putting people in little compartments. Let people be. Like, fuck. It doesn't make any sense.
I will say with that, I think that, and I'm not saying that this person that was asking you the questions wasn't asking them race driven or not, but I know for myself personally, I had a friend growing up, still have a friend, and she has never done drugs. She's drank very little. I don't know if he DC'd. Anyway, but there we go. She so I was just gonna say, a friend of mine, she never did drugs ever. Mm-hmm. And she didn't really drink. And now I am somebody who in high school, I was the one outside drinking and smoking and doing all the bad things and stuff like that. And we were the best of friends, and yet she was super straight edge and people didn't believe it. And the funny thing is that I would have friends that would try to pressure her into doing drugs or into drinking and stuff like that. I'm like, will you leave her alone? Like that's just not her thing. Like, just let her be her. And the thing is as long as that I've known you, you have been very much that same thing. You hated the fact that I was smoking back in the day. Like, you hated it. So it's just one of those things that, And again, I don't know if how she was asking in the question what her motives were behind it, if it was race driven or if it was just strictly a really, you've never done this. My dad has never done drugs. And I'm like, really? Not even, Mary Jane, nothing? No. Like, that's so weird. And yet he used to hang around with people who were doing those kind of things. And to me, it blows my mind. My mom did, but my dad, nothing. So it's one of those things where it's like, it's hard to say. And I think that there are too many people out there that, yes, there are situations where it is what it seems like it is. But in other cases, it's not what it seems like it is. And people think it is the more sinister thing, the more racist thing, the more whatever it is. And it's actually not that at all. And I don't know how we've come to a point where so many people claim racism over everything. Like, even in places of work, well, they get failed for something, whether it's a test of some sort, a driver's test, a work test, whatever it may be, and it's racism. It's really not. It's because you didn't cut it. That's it. Like, I don't know.
I definitely not want to cry that game, but there is a bit of a favoritism, I guess you could say, when it comes to my race. And I don't want to say my race, I would say my culture. For instance, the job I have, I'm a manager of multiple locations, and a majority of my staff are of African descent. So I would never use that to benefit them in any way. However, I'll definitely give them the inside track of how to keep your job and do whatever, because I am very proud of a person of my background that is in a position that they're in. So I rather them excel than fall behind. And I'd give them, just like the police do, giving the black people a hard time. I'm going to give the people of my culture the hard time because hey, you're not only representing yourself, you're representing me because of where we come from. Because I know where I was raised. I know how I was raised. You're not going to make other people think that our people are a certain way. And that's where you get the whole, I'm just bringing it full circle in terms of that's how black people are treating other black people. Because again, hey, you know what? We're going to be more hard on you because we know where we come from. We know how hard it got here. You better freaking step up and walk straight and narrow, or you're going to get it even worse next time. That's how it is. It's just protecting. It's just protecting them, which is crazy, but it's true.
Well, kind of look at the response to the like the Metcalf or Anthony trial that just happened. So so you saw such a, coming from like Black Twitter, they're doing like the Metcalf dance, like the mocking and all of this stuff. You saw with like the BLM riots. It's like this is just the voice of the unheard. So it was like this blank check or this like caveat that like this is the way I'll finish my point and then I'll give my thought. So you've seen like this, the Metcalf thing, the dancing, you saw Black Twitter and all this stuff, like cheering and championing, like, good, he got what he deserved, white boy got it, and all this type of crap. And then you had from up high, people were going like, yeah, black people are too dumb. This is how they act. What do you expect them to do? And like, this is coming from the same side that's like, yeah, we should stop oppressing black people, but also we got to think about race and all of this. Like, it's such a weird dichotomy. Like, I don't know if you guys ever saw the video. There was like Kathy Hochul, whatever, out of New York, where she's like, black people don't even know what a laptop is. And there's this black guy, like he stitched himself in. where he has a laptop on the ground and he's acting like a monkey and he's like trying to open it and like it opens and he like jumps away from it. It's like, like you know, like this is how the liberal mindset is like, oh no, black people are too dumb to operate in society. Foreign people, Arabs, or people from the Middle East, all these minorities don't know how to function in society. They're too stupid. Like,
but yeah, we'll give you Canadian citizenship for joining our military. Are you retarded?
Yeah, but they're again, like, it's the idea that, like, look, they're too dumb. They don't know how to function. And like, is that not the most like possibly racist thing, like, or condescending thing? Like, black people just can't function in society, so we need to give them a hand up because they're just too dumb. Like, holy crap! Like that's such a wild thing to see endorsed, not only endorsed but allowed to happen. Like Anthony Carmelo Anthony, yeah, that's how black people act. Like, that's the narrative that was fun. He just you get uppity with a black person, they're just gonna stab you. Like, is that not the most wild, like, blanket statement to put on a group of people?
Well, it's not even just that. It's a lot of the, like, we had, I can't even remember what episode it was, but I had showed a bunch of videos of like that woman that was, she literally looked like a crazy possessed person that was coming out there, and they're talking about, well, yeah, if you come at us, we're gonna come at. What are you doing? Like, if roles are reversed right now, oh my god! Like, I would, I can't,
yeah, it's frustrating because you're right. Everybody, they paint the picture with the same brush and think it's okay, and it's stupid. And they think that, and that's their fallback. That's what they do. Well, see, I told you this is what black people do. Bullshit. That's what people do, not black people. Right. People do it, not just black people. If you see the details and read the story and get an understanding of what led up to it, I mean, you might not have been gone to that extreme, but your feelings might be the exact same as what has happened to in that situation. But because he's a black man, oh yeah, we knew he was going to do that. You see, that's what they do. That's what they do. What do you mean? I've been black for 47 years.
What?
Yeah.
New to me. I thought you were white this whole time. My God.
It's just it. I've been black for 47 years. I don't look it. Stop. But it's true.
You're white.
I know. I fucking hate that. That's such bullshit. I hate it.
I mean,
like, you know, I look like I'm a fat old man. I'm like, God.
Sexy. I'm sorry. But anyway,
black don't crack. Sorry.
Well, it cracks. You just have to know how to hide it.
I don't know.
Vaseline, baby. Vaseline. But I digress. But anyways, what was saying? In terms of what they assume black people do is horseshit. Because again, there's a lot of black people, both known and unknown, that have lived a normal life with no issues with police, no speeding tickets, no battery, no domestic. They just live their life, right? So why are they not being? Why are you not saying, well, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make any sense that people will assume the worst of a race because of what? Because how they were taught back in the day. Man, it's just so archaic, that thought process. It's stupid.
Well,
that keeps the divide as well. That always keeps the divide. There's always someone keeping the divide. Like, right,
and like I think about, like, so the story that we had covered a little while ago. Like, there's this Jewish father with like a couple of his kids, and this like black guy came up to him, beat the crap out of him in front of his kids, and you had adjusted he got a reduced sentence because it was hot outside. No joke. Go look it up. It happened in Montreal. And like, does this not just foment like, oh yeah, you have like a pass to act in a certain way that you're gonna get covered and you're gonna like these types of things? Do you think that that doesn't build some form of resentment? Like, you know, I couldn't go up like in
the funny
modern.
thing is, like,
oh no, I'm starting to lose it, so I'll just drop out. It's fine. You guys have a good chat.
No.
I'll drop down.
Don't drop out.
You're still there.
You're coming in clear. You're coming in clear.
Yeah.
All
You're fine.
But so okay, so I'll just finish my point and then I'll drop down just back to listening. Fuck, what point was I making? Oh right, it's like I couldn't go and like say to someone of a different because I don't identify with group. It's like I couldn't say, hey, can you like shape up a little bit? Maybe don't act like that. And they have like institutional backing of, well, you're not allowed to. Like, even look, if you have like the whole LGBTQ mafia, like you can't criticize them because you're not one of them. Like, yeah, but we all have to share this piece of dirt, like fortunately or unfortunately. Like, we got to share this piece of dirt. So can we maybe not act like that? Like, I'm actually there was one photo that I saw. Like, it was like two black people in like uniform, or not a uniform, but in like a suit in like the 1950s, very well dressed. You know, this is pre, you know, civil rights era law in the United States. And then it showed two black people of today with, you know, the pants down past the butt crack and all that type of stuff. And I wonder, were things better before the whole civil rights thing? Like, what happened between the 1960s of the passing of the Civil Rights Act to now? Why has there been, like, why haven't things improved? Why have things only gotten worse? Why do we see, you know, in the black community, it's like 80% single mother? Why are we seeing like crime statistics ballooning out of control? Like, instead of helping people, they just gave like this red carpet, or like they shielded everything from any accountability. And I think that has done so much more harm to any group of people than I can think of in memory. So I'll drop down to listener now.
Just drop the mic. Yeah.
Oh, I almost ended the stream. I almost ended the stream there.
Don't you dare. Hold on. I will boot you if you can't boot yourself. Jesus. Okay. Oh my God. I would have murdered you. So I guess I'll let you. I don't know if you have a response to what he had said, or.
I don't. I mean,
I just don't know.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, if I had seen things, okay. So I pulled this up. So this is the woman I was just talking about a minute ago. Now, it's just a reminder.
Where y'all white people at? If you love Austin, you would be here. But because you don't care, it's funny than a motherfucker. Where's Austin's body? No, I'm talking. Y'all don't love Austin. You don't care about Hunter. Because if you did, you would really stand in solidarity, not online, but right here. So I gotta speak for your white baby. I'll do it. I'll conjure that baby and make sure he tells the real story. Bring your white people. I really want to see that support. Don't trust me, because
So, oops, I'm hitting the
Wow.
wrong thing. So, with that, and with so many other videos that I have seen in regards to this, I don't. This one really irritated me. Hold on. I'll say my point after that.
Yes, you are correct. You cannot go in the courthouse after hours, but you can be on the courthouse property. It is public property that I pay for. Here's the Metcalf family. They are leaving right now. Here they are.
Hmm.
I want you guys to know that I am 6 foot even. My phone is at my head, and the guy in the back is his brother. Carmelo Anthony was 5 feet 8, something like that. So you had two of those people standing over him. You said 9 o'clock. You said 9 o'clock.
So you kind of get the point there. I mean, the thing is that if I would see that and roles were completely reversed, I would be so disgusted. I would be so upset with these people who are doing this. I don't care who you are, but to I'm glad so and so is dead.
Yeah.
What? I don't think anybody deserves to die, personally. That, in my personal opinion. And oh, this guy stands this tall, I'm holding this. Who cares? He could literally be 5'2" or he could be 6'7". What does it matter? Like, how is that relevant in any sort of thing? Like, it's just the funny thing is that the outrage that would be if roles are reversed. I don't understand. I don't get it.
I don't either. And again, I'm not a person who pushes the race card in any way. People kind of frown on that on me or whatever, but I'm like, man, human being is a human being, right? Um, yes, there's a lot of backstory and whatnot for it, yeah, but you don't rub it in somebody's face because again, if the roles were reversed and it's your child that was going to prison for whatever, I mean, are you going to say the same thing? Emotions take over a lot of people's thought process. So yes, they're emotionally charged and they're going to say whatever they want to say. Sometimes it's the truth. Sometimes it's just bullshit. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to hear and hard to kind of. I mean, you saw the family coming out alone, no real reporters or anything, and they're going home and they're getting blasted by someone who was emotionally charged about the verdict. I mean,
Right. And their kid, like, it's so sad because their kid is no longer here. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and again, roles are reversed. If say this, the other side was the bully and attacked the other kid, and that kid was no longer here. To me, it's so sad how people act nowadays.
true, but I mean, you have to understand that again, we are the nation that we live in. Well, we'll say North America a whole is really racially charged. It's racially charged and religiously charged. So again, we're really Christian or Catholic or Western civilization kind of faith with a Eurocentric type of mindset, and they live and die by that. You can't avoid that, whether it's the U.S. or Canada. That's usually the norm of things. So they're always going to go back to that. I don't know why, but that's what they go back to. Because he's black, right? Or whatever, oh, because he's Muslim, you hate, they always go back to that. It's like they haven't evolved. And that's my word for the year. Evolve is you need to know how to evolve and get past some shit. You can't live and breathe on what was happening in 1990, right? Because it's not the same.
I
And
agree. I mean,
we were
we
talking about movies. I mean, you can't be recycling the same story all the time. People are going to get bored of it, and
yeah,
people are not going to take you seriously anymore. That's why you see, how many Terminators and how many RoboCops that just fail, and the He-Man.
yeah,
Like He-Man was 80s, and it should have stayed in the 80s. You know, now you make a movie and they don't take it seriously. I'm like, well, what the heck is this? This was what you guys were watching back in the day. And I'm like, yeah, but now you realize it doesn't work in
yeah.
2026, right? So the fact that everybody's going back to that, yes, we understand it's always going to be there. Race is always going to be an issue, 100%. But to use it as a weapon, that's where it kind of gets me going, because you don't need to go at people like that. It doesn't make any sense. It
I
doesn't.
agree. I
But
think
again,
it's
if it happened to me, I might be racially charged too, for sure. But that's emotions, that's not logic. And those people who are yelling, I don't think they were racially charged and emotional, but I think it's just really ignorant. So they're saying shit like that. So yeah.
yeah. I think that I don't know. I think that there are so many things that had happened in the past that none of us in the current century life that we're living had any sort of part of. That whether it was the slavery, whether it had to do with the indigenous people, with people coming over here, whether it had to do with the Ukrainian genocide or the Armenian genocide or whatever it may be, the Jewish thing in World War II, we're not there anymore. And I think tearing down historical things to try to erase the past is just a recipe to have the past repeat itself. I think these things should stay up in order to show how far we've come and to remind people of how life used to be, to move on from there, and for people to find just to move on, not
Yep.
keep dwelling on stuff that happened in the past that didn't happen to you directly. It happened to your ancestors. That I wasn't part of the Ukrainian genocide. I'm Ukrainian, but I wasn't part of the Ukrainian genocide. I'm not going to sit there and hold all those people responsible and ask for reparations or whatever it may be. Like let's just not repeat that again, okay? Let's learn from our mistakes and move on. And I think that's what more people need to do. And I don't know. It's to me it's super sad. Like I said, I wish I could go back to the 90s, because in the 90s things just seem to be
Carefree.
the stuff didn't matter. It didn't matter. Your friend was your friend no matter what they looked like, who they were.
Mhm.
Things, life moved on. You never, I never heard about this stuff. Now I'm hearing about this stuff, and I don't understand. It's like I thought we moved so far past this. Like why are we going backwards again? I
The,
just
the
don't. I just don't
thing
get it.
is here, but when you were talking about history and this topic kind of reminds me. I don't know if you watched any of the Marvel movies, and the whole timeline.
Yeah.
Things like the assassination of Malcolm X. That is a blip in the timeline. It stays there. Our goal is for it not to be repeated, right? But again, you never
Yes.
forget about it. But
But you
again,
shouldn't.
people always go back to it to refer to it and keep it fresh, like it was yesterday, and it isn't. It happened. Let's now get past it or make things better so we don't ever repeat that stuff. And it's the people who hold
Yes.
those things dear to them, both white and black, both Christian and Muslim, who just keep on regurgitating stuff and make it fresh, make it current, that makes this world hard to live in. And it
Agree.
sucks. Again, I have a biracial child, right? I mean, what do you do?
Beautiful child,
Yes,
by the way.
she is half African, half Métis, but she looks black, right? I mean, she looks like a black child. What do you do?
Mhm.
What do you say? I've, I'm still, reading the playbook right now because I don't even know what to say because every time things like that happen, you have to kind of step back and say, what do I tell my daughter? What do I tell her? Like, how do I explain this? Luckily, she's not at that age that she's not really regurgitating or taking in any of this stuff. So I'm safe right now. But there's
Mhm.
going to be a time where they're going to say, why is this white person saying this to me? Or why is this black person saying this to me? And I'm like, I have to explain that. I have to actually keep her sane and understand and tell her to understand that, yeah, you are this. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Don't let anybody use that against you. Just stay the straight and narrow. Keep yourself and do what you need to do for you, not for anybody else. So it's a scary time, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse. There's a lot of things that are being brought out of the woodwork just to fuel, just to light the fire for people to freaking go nuts about. And again, this is a perfect example of the whole Carmelo Anthony case. This is going to light that fuse, and it's going to go back to the
Yeah.
George Floyd situation. It's going to go back
Mhm.
to Emmett Till. It's going to go back to Rose. Like it's going to go back, and it just keeps on. It just keeps on rehashing things. I'm like,
Yeah.
man,
Just
I,
hot
I get it.
embers, and someone just keeps relighting it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That just keeps on freaking flickering like that. It's the what's the word there? The flame that never goes out, the eternal flame. Just I'm like,
Yeah.
just just let it go. I want to say let it go as in like no, never forget. No, just the emotions. Take out the emotions. The facts are there. Facts are in history books. You'll always be able to see it and read it and learn about it. Yes, but
Oh, what's that saying? Forgive, just never forget.
yeah,
Which is exactly what you should
yeah,
do. Learn to forgive. There's been lots of not great things that have happened to me in my past. I've learned to forgive the person or people who did those things to me, but just never forget. Like you don't want to be naive and not learn from it, but
hmm
you need to be able to move on.
exactly, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So sad.
Well, I gotta say, I think you're doing it good. I think that once your daughter starts having these questions, I think you got this. I think you got
I think
this.
so too.
And
Again, she's
I
very smart. That's the thing that I'm very happy and proud about. That she's not just existing; she's actually evolving and doing things and making good decisions. But again, she's still a kid as well, so I understand that, and I have to accept that. So let her live. Let her
Mhm.
be a kid. But you're right. When the time comes, I think I
Yeah.
I think I will have a good grasp on how to handle it when the time comes. Because again, I lived through it and I think I got out of there unscathed. So we'll just wait for it to happen. But yeah,
Yeah. I think you've got this 100%. Well, I gotta say, thank you so much for joining me today. I so appreciate it.
not a problem.
Tell the people before we go where they can find you again.
Most definitely, most definitely, folks. If you are interested in listening to this hot, sexy chocolate voice, yes, you can find me on YouTube. Darkness with a ginger hue. All right, that's darkness with a ginger hue. Um, we, myself and my co-host Slang Hugh, we have our podcast there. We tend to do 2 shows a week, and we definitely bring the banter, the jokes, and so forth. And of course, we do talk about some serious topics as well. So yes, you can find us on YouTube, Darkness with a Ginger Hue. We're there on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok as well, and we have a Facebook group. So anything Darkness with a Ginger Hue, you'll find us. Follow us, have some fun, and join the conversation. So yeah, I like to say thank you for inviting me in. Again, whether it's short notice or not, I'm going to show you some love and give you the best of me all day, every day. So yeah, I thank you.
I appreciate you. Okay, so to everybody else who is new here, if you haven't already, hit the little subscribe button down below. You can also Tundi's YouTube is also listed in the description box down below. You can check him out there too. Otherwise, we are live every Monday and Wednesday, 8 p.m. ish Central Time, and every Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Anywhere else is also listed in the description box below. Otherwise, I want to thank you again, Tundi, and be kind to one another. We'll catch you guys again on Saturday. We out.
Peace.